Welcome to a community update from the Department of Senior Affairs. I'm your host, Ed Nunez. Today's title of the show is Benefits of Laughter Yoga. With us to discuss the benefits of laughter yoga is a certified laughter yoga teacher, Kathleen Chambers. And well, you know, it's funny because I saw, you know, the manager of Manzano Mesa. You do laughter yoga at Manzano Mesa Multi-Generational Center, which, you know, I think it's a great facility. I'm very, very proud of it. You know, we absolutely have a lot of activities going on there. But I remember when I saw you at the center, and you know, I had to stop and had to ask, and I know that we laughed about it. You know, we did, because I asked you. I said, because you know, we've heard of Kundalini, Hatha, but I had never heard of laughter yoga, and you gave my staff and I, you know, about a 5-minute quick, you know, little thing. What is laughter yoga? So with that, what is laughter yoga?
Thank you. Yes, laughter yoga, it's a unique concept where anyone can laugh for no reason without relying on jokes, comedy, or humor. We initiate laughter as an exercise in a group, but with eye contact and childlike playfulness. It soon turns into real and contagious laughter. The reason why we call it laughter yoga is because it combines laughter exercises with yoga breathing. And that brings more oxygen to the body and to the brain. And the brain needs like 25% more oxygen to function well. And this just helps a person feel more energetic and healthy. It is based on scientific studies that show the body cannot differentiate between real or simulated laughter if done with willingness. One still reaps the same health benefits. And it was started by medical doctor, Dr. Madan Kataria, in 1995, along with his wife, Madhuri, a yoga teacher, with just 5 people in a Mumbai park. Today, there are thousands of laughter yoga clubs in more than 70 countries.
You know, it's, again, you know, well, you and I talked about this as well, the benefits of laughter, and I told you, I used to read Reader's Digest all the time. Laughter, the best medicine, and this is off the cuff and not the question that is listed here, but it's, you know, I don't know that people really think about, you know, everybody exercises and, you know, they run and they lift weights and whatever they do, yoga, Pilates, whatever it is they do, but I don't know that people ever, or at least I never did, and I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't know that anybody related medicine as, you know, laughter as being medicine. I don't know that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
Right. A lot of, well, what got Dr. Kataria very interested in the effects of laughter on the body was a man named Norman Cousins. Back in John F. Kennedy's time frame, he was a journalist, and he came back from Russia with a very bad illness that was affecting him medically. And so through all the things that he went through, he wrote a book, The Anatomy of an Illness, and Norman Cousins. And so if a person would want to check into his story further, they could. But when Dr. Kataria, he was writing for a medical write-up for people in the public to understand different things to help them better for their bodies. And he was writing up one dealing with laughter, and the more that he was studying about it, he just, there is really something here. And so within the studies, I'm not sure if there's something else you want to ask first before I go on.
No, keep going, keep going. We got some questions, you know, we still want to get to, but please finish your answer there.
Okay, certainly. So with this, Dr. Kataria, he checked with some people that he knew to see about going into this park in Mumbai and do a laughter club. And so they were okay. And so they went into the park and they would do jokes and comedy and different things like that to make them laugh. And then after a while, the jokes weren't so good anymore, and people were saying, we need to stop this laughter club. And the doctor said, no, give me 24 hours. And he did more researching. And basically, the thing that he brought back to the club was fake it till you make it. And they're like, yeah, right, fake laughter. And he said it was amazing. Within like 30 seconds, they were laughing like they had never laughed before. And the thing with our bodies is as we get older, we start breathing more with the chest area. And that kicks in more of the sympathetic nervous system that is a flight or fight symptom, and or how the system hits with that. And so with that, we're in more of a stress mode because it kind of gets you all adrenaline up. And if you're in that mode like all day long, day after day, continually, you could end up your body leading into adrenal fatigue, which can be very harmful for the body. And on my website, which is laughteryogaabq.com. If you get on that, I do have some of this medical research that's been done with laughter yoga that they can click onto those sites and read about the adrenal fatigue and other things dealing with the blood vessels. But with the laughter yoga, how we do it is that it kicks in the parasympathetic nervous system, and that is the calming part of the body. And when we're doing it, we're using our diaphragm with the breathing, with the yoga breathing. And with that, it calms the body down, it releases the endorphins and the serotonin in the body, it helps to boost the immune system, and that alone helps to get our body to get out of the stress mode, because both systems can't be going at the same time.
Who would have ever thought that? I always say for me, it's not a good day unless I have 10 good laughs. 10, and sometimes it's more. We try to laugh a lot at work, and that doesn't mean we're not professional and serious when we need to be, because we are. But there's fun things that happen. We're dealing with people here. We're not dealing with, our director always says that we're not dealing with robots, and we're not. So there's a lot of laughter and pleasure and fun that we have in our jobs.
That is great.
Thank gosh. So anyway, some of the things you mentioned, I'm fascinated by. But what are some of the medical research that has been done dealing with the effects of laughter on our bodies? You mentioned some of the things that the way they act and the way your body reacts to laughter, and I kind of wanted to know what are some of the what is some of the medical research that has been done as far as that goes?
Okay. Like I said, to read up more about it, you can get onto my site as far as, getting onto the links. But like with a cardiac surgeon, he's on the faculty at the University of Arizona Center for Integrative Medicine, where he first discovered the benefits of laughter yoga. And he discovered the writings of the journalist of our author Norman Cousins, which I had mentioned before. And so this doctor, he used laughter yoga to help his own back pain as an alternative to taking prescription drugs. Laughter increases endorphins, natural painkillers increases endorphins, also improves one overall sense of well-being. And then there's other ones dealing with the adrenal fatigue. Most people report pressures in their workplace as the greatest source of stress in their lives. Stress is not inherently good or bad. What determines whether stress is beneficial or harmful is one's response to it. And that is so true. I mean, there's so many things that can stress us in life, but if we react to it in a more calm way, that we can deal with it much better, and it doesn't affect our bodies as harmful. There's other ones that it talks about dealing with that it lowers blood pressure. Also dealing with when you're in the stress mode, it makes the blood vessels tighten down, to shrink down more. Whereas if you're in the relaxed state, it opens up the blood vessels. Just to give a few things here with that. With the laughter yoga, the reason why the doctor had developed this too is because we need to have 10 to 15 minutes of continual laughter, with breathing and laughing back and forth, for it to actually kick in for the releasing of the endorphins and their serotonin to give you the health benefits. And with the laughter clubs, the reason why he got those started is so it could open up for the general public to be able to come in and to be able to learn to how to release all of these things in our body with the laughter, with using the diaphragm, because a lot of times we're leaving laughter just a chance.
Interesting. Okay, and I think by comedians or something you see on TV or Netflix or whatever by
Right.
chance.
Right.
So we'll get into this later, but it's important for people to know that this is a practice. It's not just going to sit there and tell jokes, and there's breathing, there's things that you do
Right.
that benefit people. It's not
Right.
just like you said by chance.
Right.
So the other thing is, you mentioned some things, but how does one benefit? You mentioned, I don't know if you want to mention anything more. How does one benefit by practicing laughter yoga? You did mention some things. I don't know if you have anything else to say about that.
Well, like I said, it elevates the mood and it reduces stress, by kicking in the calming system, the parasympathetic nervous system. It's a connector of people. And also whenever you're going through daily challenges, of life challenges, it helps you to look at it in a more positive way. Because it just affects, when you're practicing the laughter yoga, in due time, it helps you to more and more let go of the trivial things in life, the things that can stress you, the baby crying or the traffic, the road rage. I mean, it's horrible that can happen within some of that. And so even when you're driving, if you're not laughing when you're driving, you can practice the breathing that we do within the laughter yoga sessions. And just practicing that breathing as you're driving, that kicks in the calming system. And so when you're stressed getting to work or stressed in doing different things, just breathing alone will help to calm everything down and to take that stress away.
So it's a definite calming effect of the laughter yoga is what you're talking about.
Definitely. It is
Some people
major.
might get the wrong idea that it, and look, just listen to what I'm saying here because it's not the case, but some people might think it's just giggling, people just laughing at nothing, and again, there's breathing and things that will bring those endorphins out. Gosh, and just by what you said, I know that every time, and I remember when you said, when we asked you the question previously, that people had laughed like they never laughed before, and I know that we've all laughed where your stomach hurt, and
Yes.
and later, and it's cramped up with me. And nothing bad. I didn't die from it, but you remember those laughs and you never forget them. And I'm
Right.
sure you don't get those high level laughs all the time, but still, the medical things that you explained about the benefits of laughter, geez, wow! They're very important.
Well, and with the laughter yoga, this is a workout. It's a workout for the internal organs. Even bedridden patients can do this.
Wow.
I mean, this is major because the doctor he was invited to take it to even blind students, deaf and mute students. In this one, when he was describing it in one of his trainings that I went to, that with the blind and mute students, the faculty didn't hear noises coming from them before Dr. Kataria came. And when he introduced the laughter yoga, they started making noises with it.
That is,
it blew them away.
Yeah.
The blind students that he brought it to, when it was described to them to see who would like to participate in it, they were kind of like, okay, they can't see and dealing with, laughing, how will this all play out? And so, but several of them participated, and that was one of the times where it showed Dr. Kataria so much that just hearing laughter is contagious. And he noticed too with the blind students that were there that they always had a smile on their face. Not even doing laughter yoga, but they would have a smile. And so that was already there with them. And so he just brought out the laughter and they enjoyed it so much. And just hearing the laughter and there's another part that I watched recently where Dr. Kataria took blind people to a movie theater. For the first time, they had never gone, and they enjoyed it so much.
Well, some of the things you just said, some of those people that had never laughed or smiled, and gosh, I think just hearing laughter, I know that you've heard laughter. We've all heard people that laugh that have contagious laughs. That you hear it and you can't help but laugh, even if you don't know what they're laughing about. So,
yes.
Again, when they said that in Reader's Digest, laughter is the best medicine, I think that's absolutely true. Kathleen, yourself, how did you learn about laughter yoga? How did you learn about it?
Well, I was researching on the internet what could naturally release endorphins and serotonin in someone's body. And exercise kept coming up. And I thought, okay, well, what if somebody couldn't exercise? My daughter was having some health issues. She would start running, doing some exercise in gym, and she would collapse and like she was suffocating. And she was dealing with depression and extreme anxiety. And so I was researching, you know, what can help her with this. And so it kept coming up exercise, and I thought, okay, well, she can exercise. Or what if anyone? What if somebody's bedridden and they can't exercise? And all of a sudden I see laughter yoga. And I look at those two words and I've never heard of that, and I thought it sounded a bit silly. But I was desperate to find something for her. And so I researched laughter yoga, and then I thought, and I found something on there, and this one person that was doing some of it made me laugh so hard I cried. And I kept playing it over and over again, and probably for a half an hour. It was just, I mean, I felt so good afterwards, and I thought, okay, laughter's the best medicine. Okay, best medicine for what? What does it really do for one, physically, mentally, and emotionally? And so I started researching laughter, and coming up time and time again as different studies that they were doing medically on it. And it's so much more than, I would just want to go through all the words so you wouldn't miss anything. And that's why I say get onto my site and read these, and you'll understand more fully. But it drew me in so much that I started calling to find out how can I learn to do this? And so there was a place in San Diego that was going to do a leader-teacher training. And so, well, I checked into it, and I was very encouraged to go by a man named Michael Coleman. And he's been a teacher for many years in it. And he made things more possible for me to come out. I needed to shut down my childcare for a week, and I needed to fly over to San Diego and stay out there, being away from my family. I hadn't traveled without my family for maybe around 15, 16 years. And I was very stressed about it, and my husband encouraged me very much to go. And so I did. And when I was out there, I felt like I was having heart issues. And as I was learning about the laughter yoga and practicing it, when I was practicing it, I felt fine, like nothing was going on. But then when I wasn't, and I would, you know, just kind of calm down and listen to more things to learn and stuff, I just felt more and more like pain in my shoulder, tightness in my chest. And I was very stressed during that time, thinking, okay, maybe I should go to the hospital and have this checked out. And it's like, no, no, no. They're going to send me home, and I have to finish this training. I have to do this for my daughter. I have to help her. And so once I got home, within a few weeks, I settled down. But it was stress that put me in. It wasn't anything with my heart. But if a person has that much stress going on all the time and they don't know how to calm it down, a lot of times they'll go to the doctors and they'll get medications. The medications may not work for them, create other side effects. Medications are needed so often, but if we can learn to deal with some of our stress and other issues in our life through practicing laughter yoga, and breathing, and other types of maybe yoga and other exercises, we're far off better if we don't have to take the medications. And then leave the medications for where we can't take care of our bodies in other ways.
Right, I definitely think you're absolutely right about that. We got about 10 minutes left, and you know, those are some great explanations, and certainly laughter yoga has done a lot for you. You mentioned some ways. Has it, you know, I don't know if you have anything else to say how laughter yoga has helped you in other ways. I don't know if you covered all that. Well,
there's a lot of things that can stress me, and things that really don't need to, that I just put it on myself. And through the laughter yoga and practicing it throughout the time that I have been, the trivial things don't bother me anymore. I mean, it's totally fascinating. My daughter try not to cry. My daughter says I laugh at everything now.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. And my son told me that laughter yoga has just changed me so much for the positive. He says I'm the best mom. But of course, he's my son.
Right. Not that you weren't before. I mean, things changed. You know, not that I'm sure you.
But you know, I wish I would have known this through the years.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to our next questions, which I think is, you know, transitions into the next. Why is it so important for you to share laughter yoga with others? Why is that so important?
To get laughter yoga in their life right now, whatever stage they're at. You know, if they're babies, they can laugh up to 300 times in a day. I do home child care. The children are running after each other. They're laughing for no reason. They're just having fun and laughing. And we lose that so often when we get older. You say that you have laughter a part of your work. That's fabulous. I am so encouraged to hear that. Because so many people, as they get adults, it's like, I need to be serious, not laughing. If I laugh, people won't take me serious. And so that was me too. It's like, I need to be serious. And so my children sometimes would say, Mom, it's okay to smile. And, you know, I'm just kind of focused in what I'm doing. And it is. It's good to smile because when you're smiling, it helps to lift the mood. If you're just frowning, it actually takes more muscles to frown, is what I was told.
Interesting.
Yes, and but dealing with the trivial things of life, it helps to ease that down, and that you can have more energy for the things that really need your attention if you need to stress. But if you do need to stress, with the laughter yoga, it gives you tools, is what I would say. It gives you tools to deal with the major stresses of life. And that's what I want to help with the public, is to help to give them this tool. And they don't have to be in a group laughing. They can learn to laugh at home alone, also without jokes, comedy, or humor. And so these are things that I want to share with others, because when you learn something that works, truly works, you want to share it with others.
Well, you know, again, I think some of the things you mentioned, what it did for you. It's done a lot for you. And
Yes.
You've seen it affect other people's lives as well. So, and it's easy.
Yes.
You can do anybody, you know, again, it's exercise, it's therapy. It's not just,
Yes.
you know, cracking jokes. That's not what it is. And they'll
Right.
find that out
Right.
if they attend one of your sessions. The other question that we want to get to, is there an age limit for those who can practice laughter yoga?
There is no age limit. Like I said, from infant, because I'll do the laughter yoga even with the laughter yoga with the infants that I work with, up to the toddlers, up when they go into school. And so long as you're breathing, you can do the laughter yoga. There may be some health issues. You may want to check with your doctor to make certain that this is a good exercise for you, because it does work the internal organs. And it is going to get things moving. And it will tighten up the muscles in your diaphragm and the belly area. And was there something else she had?
No, okay, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple more questions, but keep going on
Okay.
that answer, however long you want to finish.
And I can't stress enough that your laughter does not have to be real for this.
So that's important. So
This
yeah,
is very
explain
important.
That
That laughter,
Yeah.
your laughter does not have to be real for you to be able to reap these health benefits. And I am a living example of that. If you will practice the laughter yoga as I show in the classes, even if you're simulating it, but you're doing it willingly, and that's the point, is if people say, I'm going to prove that this doesn't work. You laugh up in your throat. No, you have to be working the middle section of your belly where your diaphragm is at, and you have to be, you know, like a Santa laugh. You have to have it that it's loud and deep coming from the inner part of you, and that will release those chemicals in your bodies. And like I said, it does not have to be real. If you're doing it according to how Dr. Kataria has specified for us to train people in this, you will reap the health benefits.
And just some of the things you mentioned, the endorphins and
The serotonin.
right, the diaphragm, because to laugh,
Yes.
what do you use to laugh? You use all these muscles in here, and if it's
Yes.
a good laugh, in particular, you'll, and we've all had them. Like I said, I
Yes.
don't understand. I used to work with some people in the department, and they've long since retired, and they're great people. But if you laughed around them, they would say, "Hey, that's unprofessional," and I would think, "Are you kidding me? Seriously?" Because I've always been a fun-loving person. I try to be. I'm not perfect, but I like to have a good time. But that doesn't mean that I don't take things seriously. Does that have to be black or white like that? I would think. And I think some of the things you mentioned, certainly laughter. Again, we have a couple more questions for you. We've got about 3 minutes left here. And is there anyone that should not practice laughter yoga? I wouldn't think that there is, but is there anyone that should not?
Well, there's, oh, here it is. Okay, I'll just say a few things. If someone's like in their last trimester of pregnancy, certain things can, get things going faster. If you want things going faster, maybe check with your doctor about it. But some of the things like if you have any kind of hernia, heart disease with angina pain, persistent cough with breathlessness, uncontrolled high blood pressure, epilepsy, some advanced hemorrhoids, severe backache, any acute symptoms of cough, cold, and fever, if you've undergone some major surgery. And then there's other things too, like if you're suffering from heart disease or high blood pressure but are stable on medication and can take brisk walk for 30 minutes without any symptoms, can do laughter yoga with advice from medical specialists. And so if you come into the class, if you're not sure, you haven't checked with your doctor, if you come into class and you want to try it, I say, okay, you can try it, but if you start feeling bad in any way, that you're unsure about how your body's taking this, I ask for them to set off to the side and just, watch and then check with their doctor and make certain that everything will be all right.
30 seconds left. Where do you offer your classes at? This is very important. I know a lot of people that are going to watch this are going to want to know, where do you offer laughter yoga sessions?
I offer laughter yoga sessions at the Manzano Mesa Multi-Generational Center that's on the corner of Southern Boulevard and Elizabeth. And it is at 9 to 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings, except the first Saturday of each month.
501 Elizabeth, to be specific. Any more information? You mentioned your website, so they can go to your website.
505-332-3753 is my phone number, and my website, laughteryogaabq.com.
Kathleen Chambers, certified laughter yoga teacher. Benefits of laughter yoga. Thanks so much for being our guest.
Thank you.
You bet. For the Department of Senior Affairs, I'm Ed Nunez.